Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Now that we have generated the data, the purpose of generating the data was that without data, it is not possible to learn anything. We need to have some sort of data so that we can show you that uh, mm, all the mechanism of the formulas and functions and utilities, right? So the main thing is the data. You must have data. So that's why we we took this route of generating the data, and the data should be uh, means uh, it should be random, means it should be uh, picking with some logical sequence and random, right? So, so in which we learned a lot. The rank between function of Excel was discussed, and VLOOKUP was discussed in much detail. And also in previous video, you saw the RAND R&D function of VBA and II if, right? So in this video, yeah, we will attach that code into with a button, so that we click the button and currently what we are doing, we are, whenever we run the data, we go to the developer tab, we go to the macro, right, Visual Basic Code, and then we press enter this, we press run it, right, and the data is got generated, right? So what we do this time is that we associate a button. So this is the proper way, because this is the last sheet in which the data comes with this all these PO numbers, etc. So uh, what we do, that we insert a button. We have inserted a button. How to insert this button? Where we show you. You go to the develop tab, right? In the develop tab, you will find this uh, insert button, and you will take this button control, right? So button, this plus mark will come, and you can design, you can mm, put this signal anywhere. Means put the button, you mention the place where you want to place, right? And then it will show you the, so this is the button, which is the this is the macro uh, which we want to run as soon as the button is clicked, right? So we press OK to it. So this will happen, right? And then you want to change it. Okay, we change it, the description, the caption written in it. So what you are going to do, you click the right click on here, and you will find the edit text, right? You edit text, and then you start typing, and you remove whatever in it, and just typing. You can type as anything, means yeah, uh, on this, so the chapter, the caption is changed, right? So this how it is done. uh, yeah, we have to clear it. For example, Control A. Yeah, this is right. So once you enter it and you go out from it, whatever you have written, yeah, this will be fixed. You can place it wherever you want, okay? And so I remove this. This we have generated. So now, if you have, for example, deleted, uh, or means you want to start a new macro, means you want to generate the new series of the purchase orders random data, and that it should take any number. It should take any product, yeah, and with the quantity, minimum stock reorder quantity, and it plots it here, right? So whenever we want to do this, we just click this and it refreshes it. Okay, so no need to go to the developer tab and going to this and then running it, right? So this is how we assign the macro to the button, right? Assigning the VBA code to the button is like this, right? Next is let's make its readability uh, uh, a little better, enhance it, so that we know from where one purchase order is starting and where it is ending, right? If it stands out from this and this, so if we know that this purchase order is having three items, and this purchase order has only one item, and this purchase order has four items, yes, and this purchase order has three items, right? Because it is coming up three. So to improve, to enhance the visibility, we need to understand the conditional formatting, right? The conditional formatting is that uh, it's a simplest tool that highlights your data, which to distinguish it from other part of the data, elements of the data, right? Okay, so let's start with the conditional formatting. We First of all, we need to select the entire range, right? We have selected the range. Next is what we are going to do is we it's better to scroll it back up so that you know that from where we have started. We started from row A until down. Okay. Now let's go to the conditional formatting, home and conditional formatting. And in the conditional formatting, you first of all clear if there is anything already then you to be on safe side, right? So otherwise, just to avoid that, if it does not get confused with already setting of the conditional formatting, right? So you have cleared it. Now let's make a new rule. The new rule is let's use the formula to determine the condition. So we say plus equal, and we say here what is the condition we want. We want the every next purchase order is highlighted, right? So we say integer of b. Here we will put a dollar. This is the absolute, making it absolute, right? Dollar. So B2, dollar B2, div yeah, divided by 2. So making, take it, okay. So this is the to check whether it's even or odd. Okay, if the divided by an integer is equal to without integering. Integer removes the fractional part, right? If you int function remove the fraction part, and here we are not going to this. So it means that we are targeting the even number of the b. B is PO number, right? Okay. So if this condition is true, what we want, for example, this color. across the range. Okay, so we press OK, we press OK. So you will see all the even numbers got highlighted separately. Means every alternate number, it starts with without shading, and with the next PO is shaded. Then it goes to the next shading without shading, and the next mm, purchase order is shaded. So it stands out, and it tells you that from where one PO is starting and where it is ending, right? So this is what the simplest conditional formatting, and it is very useful. There are so many other types of uh, conditional formatting available. We will discuss them later, but for the moment, this was essential for us to understand the the application of the conditional formatting, which is right there on the home tab, and you have it here, right? So this is right, and we generate it. So it is regenerated and it's gone, right? So in next session, we will make sure that when it is regenerated with the same formula again. For example, if we do this thing again, this time odds will be highlighted, right? So what we do the same procedure. Uh, we go to the condition formatting, we clear the rules, right? And then we go to condition formatting, we make a new rule here, and we use the formula, and then here we write integer of B2. So this is absolute. This has to be absolute here. B2 in all respect. B2 divided by 2. Yeah. We close it, and we will use not equal to this time because we want odds to be highlighted, and evens not to be highlighted, right? So we will use this, Control C, Control V. We will remove this unnecessary T here. That's right. Okay. So previously we used it on the equal sign, this one, right? But that was highlighting even. So this time we are using not equal to. This is the opposite of equal, right? And we click OK, right? So we must have done something wrong. Let's do it. Try again. No problem. It's so we quickly do it. Clear the rules, right? And then we use the new formula. That's right. Okay, we did not mention the shade, right? So okay, so we see equal to integer, and we will put what? $B2, yeah, dollar B2 divided by 2, bracket close, parenthesis close, and sorry, this is divided by, not divided by 2, is not equal to this time, right? We are going to say not equal to dollar B2 divided by 2, right? That's it. And we put a better to close the parentheses. so that the bed mouse rule is applied, right? Here we will choose, when this situation arises, go to the format and say this and click OK and OK, right? So this time all the odds are highlighted. Okay, so this is how, and then we generate, it vanishes, right? I hope you you find today's presentation useful. We will come up with further enhancement of our knowledge on this in the upcoming videos. Please stay tuned to our channel. Thank you very much.